Christmas time, boys and girls. Time to put on my Christmas hat. Usually I'd say something mean to interest people in the video right now, but honestly, I really like this hat. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas, the most wonderful time of year. Before you get your stockings and a mistletoe, just know that I actually do like Christmas quite a bit. While I'm not very religious, I think it's a generally fun time. Seeing the snow come down, buying a Christmas tree and decorating it, putting up all the decorations, eating dinner with your family, and opening gifts. It's all good fun, but that doesn't mean that this holiday comes without all of its flaws. And if I'm being perfectly honest, there are a lot of issues that I do have with Christmas. Many people seem to hate how Christmas has been diluted over the years into nothing but a money-grubbing event where companies make millions and families spend their money trying to satisfy their brattish kids' never-ending lust for presents. How originally, the meeting was to celebrate the birthday of Jesus and the Christian faith as a whole, but now it's been completely dismantled. Frankly, I don't really have a problem with this. It's probably partially because I'm not a very religious person. The idea of religion seems a bit mundane, boring, and unrealistic to me, but it has to do more with the fact that this is just how basically every holiday has turned out. Look at Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, and even St. Patrick's Day. All events which used to be about celebrating something meaningful, but are now just another way to make a quick $100 million off some holiday novelty item. And while I admit it's a bit disconcerting that it happens, it's just part of the natural evolution of our society. Everything becomes monetized. Except for my YouTube video! Additionally, Christmas seems like a very genuine experience. Instead of dressing up like some retard and eating potentially razor blade laden candy, you get to spend time with your family and celebrate life. Some people also have problems with the gift giving, but realistically, I think anyone who thinks this either didn't get gifts as a kid and are butthurt about it, or they are simply lying to themselves and pretending that they're a good person morally. I mean, honestly, you're going to tell me that as an 8-year-old you didn't want to get the Lego Star Destroyer for Christmas? Really? One of the problems I do have with Christmas, however, is with Black Friday. Never have I seen a more moronic and barbaric act by otherwise normal people just to get 30% off a flat screen TV. For anyone who doesn't know what Black Friday is, essentially it's just one day when stores have sales on most of their products, allowing people to come in and buy them in order to get rid of the year's unsold goods. Initially, this may seem like a good idea, until you take into account the fact that absolute spastics go to these stores, waiting outside all night in the freezing cold, and then rushing inside to buy things as quickly as possible before someone else gets their grubby little hands on it. The lengths people will go to is absolutely insane. Like, Christ, what are you doing? Is it actually worth choking that man to get a good price on a coffee machine, which you can buy on Amazon for the same price? No. The answer to that question is no. And now that I've run my mouth for a while, I'd like to hand it over to the depressed emo herself, Tabs. Say hi, Tabs.
Hey, have you noticed how around the holidays the entire music industry seems to have a Christmas seizure? Basically every time you turn on the radio, all you can hear are one of the 5 select songs, which get redone every year by some stupid pop artist who has no idea how to make good music and completely butchers the vocal style and sound. Like, I get it, it's Christmas time, but do you really feel the need to blast that music nonstop for the 3 months leading up to one day of the year? Is Jingle Bell Rock that important to you? And carolers as well. I cannot stand Christmas carolers. I don't mean to be a massive Grinch, even though I have no doubt that some genius in the comments section will tell me what an awful person I am, but I just see Christmas carolers as generally annoying people to deal with, constantly showing up on my front step uninvited, singing, and waiting for me to open the door and smile at them awkwardly for 5 minutes while they finish their song, before they eventually leave me in peace with a hollow pit in my stomach and a desire to destroy my eardrums.
And finally on the list is Santa Claus, the obese man in a red suit who slips down my chimney uninvited to give me presents. I remember being a little kid and believing in Santa, leaving out cookies and milk for him before I went to bed, mailing my list to him, which was probably ripped up by the postman, and still having faith in the world. But of course, when I got to elementary school, some annoying 5th grader had to scream at me, "Santa isn't real, he's not real." I don't know why he felt the need to do this and attempt to ruin my childhood. Despite him constantly reminding me of this, I tried to stay optimistic and managed to maintain my belief in the jolly fat man until just before middle school began, when my faith wavered and I became a cold, empty shell. I remember asking my grandmother when I visited her on Christmas if he was real, and her responding saying something like, well, he's still with us in spirit. What? What does that even mean? I'd rather she had just outright told me that, rather than the past 10 years of my life be a complete lie and every adult in the world become a part of some massive conspiracy to hide the truth that Santa isn't real. But in the end, I can't bring myself to hate Christmas, dislike it, or even really have an overly negative opinion about it. It's honestly a jolly time of year, which I really enjoy. I love sitting with my family to indulge in food, and more food, exchanging gifts with friends and family, watching holiday masterpieces like Shrek the Halls and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. It's all good fun. Thanks so much to Tabs for letting me mooch off of her popularity in this video. It's really appreciated. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for watching, and Turkey Tom, out.